Alright, hey guys, Detector here. So in today's video, we're going to be doing some metal detector maintenance. It's not the most glamorous part of metal detecting, but we have to do it periodically in order to keep our machines running in tip-top condition. So a couple of days ago, I was getting my gear ready for a future metal detecting hunt, and I decided for this hunt I wanted to go out with my Nokta Multi-Kruzer. I've not used this particular machine in several years. So I wanted to take it out. So I plugged it in to go ahead and get it all charged up and ready to go, and when I plugged it in, the battery on the screen lit up, it started doing its charging sequence, and then I turned away for 30 seconds maybe. When I looked back at the machine, the battery was not on the screen anymore. So I was like, okay, well maybe the connection jiggled loose or something. So I kept messing with it and it would not turn back on. The screen was not showing any indication that the machine was charging. So because it has been so long since I've used my Kruzer, I'm assuming the battery in it is bad. So that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be opening up my Nokta Multi-Kruzer, having a look at the battery, and if it is bad, we're gonna have to order a replacement and change that bad boy out. So let's go ahead and head over to the workstation and start taking it apart. All right, so I undid the zip tie that was holding this cord around the shaft of the detector here. So let me see if I can show you all a little bit of the corrosion that's going on. So this screw here is, I mean, it's corroded, but it's not terrible. Obviously this little push pin here is way corroded. It's very, very rusty. I'm gonna need pliers to get the cable disconnected here because there is some corrosion going on there. And yeah, all of these other little screws here are pretty corroded. This will give me an opportunity to clean up a bunch of these posts and stuff here. So let's start by getting this cable disconnected here. There you go. Oh, look at that corrosion, fell off right there. That's why I put this paper towel, because I figured there was going to be a bunch of stuff coming off. All right, so we've got the coil disconnected. So now we're going to go ahead and try and get this screw out, and that'll take this off from the rest of the detector shaft, and then hopefully, there you go. So it's breaking loose. Okay, there we go. So my plan, maybe look at the corrosion coming out of that. My plan is to replace the hardware here and I don't know, hopefully get this machine back up and running. I know it's an old machine, but if we replace the battery and put in some new hardware, maybe it'll, I don't know, last a bunch more years. Guess we'll see. Oh, there's a screw. There's another screw. Hopefully you can, where'd it go? Right there. So let me see if I can get that screw off. Maybe I didn't have to undo that screw at all. There we go. All right, so let's see how it went in there. Oh, so it looks like it just slides in there. And okay, yeah. All right, well now we know. All right, so that little screw. Okay, so now this is completely detached. So now we'll be able to really get to these screws a lot easier. So these screws here hold the cover on, and inside here is the speaker. So we don't need to be messing with that. So we need to get these screws here on the outside edges off. So hopefully we're able to get these guys out without messing them up and stripping them. And then again, the idea or the goal is we're going to replace the hardware, and we'll put in some new hardware once we put the new battery in. So let's go ahead and get all these screws out. All right, right, so that's all the screws. All right, so now we're going to separate. Oh, look, it's already separating. Even just bopping it like that is separating it. So now we're going to separate this. Hopefully you can see it. See that little line right there in the edge? We're going to be separating this from this, but there are connections in here that you want to be careful of. You don't want to just be yanking it around. So we're going to try and gently pry this apart, and we're just going to try and go straight apart. There we go. Ooh, yikes. All right, so these are the little connectors. Let's see. You can zoom in. You can see these little sticks sticking out there. Those are the little connectors that we need to be careful with. So I think we're good to go. Although it does look like, hopefully you can see this right there, that screw has rust on it. And this screw here has some rust on it. Looks like this chip here actually might have a little bit of corrosion on it. Yeah. Oh, there's some more rust over here. Alright, but the yikes part is this battery looks a little bloated. So I don't know if you can really tell, but it looks a little bloaty in there. So we're going to go ahead and take this screw out here so that we can open up. This is just a rubber belt that covers the battery. Oh yeah, there's the corrosion in there from the screws. So we're going to take that screw out to access the battery, and we'll see what kind of battery it is and see about getting a replacement. There we go. So we've got that. This is a little silica pack to keep the moisture out, but it's got rust on it, so I don't know how well it was doing. Okay, so now this is the battery, and this here is a sensor for if the battery starts to overheat. So we're just going to take that out, and then this is a little connector here that we need to pop open. There you go. Hopefully you can see that. There you go. We need to just pop this little connector off and get this out, and then that'll let us get the battery out. Let's see if I can grab the wires here. There we go. Alright, so we got that disconnected, so now we're just going to take the battery out. Hopefully it'll come out without, I don't know, exploding in my face. I hate to stick a screwdriver in a bloated battery, but I'm not being able to get it out. So we're going to stick a screwdriver in a bloated battery. There you go. Let's see what was holding it in. Oh yeah, some kind of double-sided adhesive is on there. That's what was keeping it in. There you go. Hurry up and focus. Alright. So now we can get the battery information off, and look at how, golly, look at how bloated that is. No wonder it wasn't charging or working anymore. Yeah. Scary stuff right there. Alright, so I'm going to try and clean this up a little bit too. There's a screw in there that's a little mucky. Yeah, we'll try and clean this up before we close it back up. In the meantime, I'm going to get this information off of the battery and see about getting a replacement. Alright, so I've got a replacement battery on the way. So the connector on the replacement battery that I found is different from this one. So I cut this one off of the old battery, and my plan is when the new battery gets in, I'll just wire in the old connector so that I know it fits in the box. And next, I've got my little teeny tiny screwdriver kit here, if I can get it open. So I'm gonna try and take out some of these rusty screws here and see if we can get a replacement for them. So I'm gonna work on getting these screws out now. Alright, so I got the screws out of here. So I took out 3. I took out this one, and this one. These were the ones that were really bad. So I got those out. So my plan is to replace them. Yeah, now I'm going to clean out a little bit of this gunk in here, and we'll clean out a couple of these outside areas here. We'll get some alcohol and just trying to get some of that corrosion out and get it all cleaned up and ready for the new battery. Alright guys, so my new battery has arrived. So it is smaller than the old battery. So let me show you the two batteries so you can see the comparison. So again, the new one is slightly smaller, which not terrible. At least I know it'll fit in the compartment that the old battery was in. And the MAH's is slightly lower, so this one's 3,500, this one's 3,700. So my understanding, and I'm not an electrician, I don't know batteries, but my understanding is that just means this battery won't last as long as this battery on one charge. So again, I cut the plug off of the old battery here. Now this plug here, and I know you're really not going to be able to see it, but this is the plug that comes installed on the new battery already, but it did come with 2 additional plugs. Now, neither of these plugs fit in our plug here, so we are going to have to switch out. This is the plug that was on the old battery. We are going to switch the 2 plugs out so that the battery will work in the detector. So again, because I don't know batteries and electricity and stuff, I have brought in heat detector to do the cord switching out. So we're gonna go ahead and switch these cords out, and yeah, then we'll plug it in and see if it works.
I'm not an electrician. I know somebody out there is going to be like, that's the wrong way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, in theory,
Mm-hmm.
I should do it.
So I think we're going to plug it in and check to make sure that the battery works before doing all the screws. So we'll go ahead and put it in the compartment.
Just hope it doesn't blow up.
And we'll plug it in. There, all right, so that's plugged in. So now we do have to put the face back on first so that we can see. We have to connect all of the little connections here so that we can see if it does work. So, and again, you want to be careful. You don't want to bend any of these prongs when you're putting it back together. So I'm just going to get it lined up. All right, so that is good and squished together. All right, so now, let's see. Hopefully you guys can see. So I don't know, I don't remember if this is a press and hold, or if we have to charge the battery first. I mean, it's definitely connected. All right, so that's not doing anything. So let's try plugging it in like we're gonna charge it and see if maybe that gives a result. So I've got the charger here. I need to plug it into my USB. All right, so let's see. Hopefully you guys can still, this one. All right, so it's plugged in, but I don't think it's doing anything. All right, guys, so I've opened it back up just because it wasn't doing anything. And I feel like I'm smelling, I don't know, hot electrical. And I feel like there's definitely a temperature difference over here than over here. So I feel like something is getting hot, like over here, and I don't know, I don't know what. All right, guys, so I don't know what else to try. I mean, the connections are good, it's plugged in, everything was seated well. I don't know what else we can try. I mean, I'll show you guys the specs of the old battery and the new battery. The old one is very hard to see because, I mean, it's just super like scratched off and just really hard to read. I'll try and get it so you guys can see the details. I don't squish it down, my fat puffy battery. So hopefully you guys can see that. So that's the old battery. And then here's the new battery. So I don't know if there's like a battery expert in the group or something. I mean, what do you guys think I should try? Is there something else that I should try to get this to work, or is it a lost cause? Should I just chalk it up as we tried and we failed? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I'm willing to try something else if it's not too terribly expensive. I mean, so far I'm out 16 bucks. Not terrible. So yeah, let me know what you guys think I should do. All right, guys. So after I finished filming, I had the thought of, well, maybe the battery was dead on arrival, like maybe it didn't have any charge. So I went ahead and I plugged it back in and I left it sitting for about 45 minutes to see if it would maybe charge it up enough for the screen to do something. After about 45 minutes, the screen still wasn't displaying anything on the battery, and it was actually pretty warm to the touch. So the outside of the head unit was pretty warm. So I opened it back up and there was like this really strong like electrical smell within the head unit, and it was warmer inside the head unit. So I don't know if maybe just the slight variation in the two batteries is what was causing it to essentially overheat and just not work, or if there was something else like on the motherboard that maybe got fried and the machine is just a total loss. I'm not sure, but it got pretty warm while I was letting it charge for about 45 minutes. So what do you guys think I should do? Is there something else that I could try to get this machine up and running? Or have I pretty much done the only thing that I could do and it's just a lost cause? Let me know what you guys think I should do. Like, I don't want to give up on it because I really liked my Multi-Kruzer. It was a great machine on land, at the beach, in the water, because it was waterproof to about 10 or 15 feet, I believe. So if I can save it, I would like to. But if the majority of you guys think it's a lost cause, then it's a lost cause. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. So that's it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Again, I know metal detector maintenance isn't the most glamorous aspect of our super glamorous hobby, but it has to be done, and I thought this was a great opportunity to tinker with one of my machines and see if I could revive it. If you liked today's video, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber to my YouTube channel yet, please make sure you do so by hitting the subscribe button. There's about 50% of you guys who are watching my videos who aren't subscribers yet. If you like what you see here at my channel, make sure you become a subscriber so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. If you haven't registered to attend the Florida Hunt 10 metal detecting fundraiser taking place here in Florida from February 23rd to the 25th, I do have the link in the description down below. Make sure to check that out. I will be there all day on Saturday, February 24th. All the proceeds from this event go to supporting Soldiers Freedom Outdoors, which is a charitable organization that does nature therapy for veterans and active duty service members. If you already have your tickets, make sure to swing by the Nokta tent where you can say hi to myself and Nokta Nomad Brandon Carmichael. I look forward to seeing you there. Thanks for watching today's video, and until next time, I will see you guys later. I mean, this shit's not gonna like blow up in my face, right?
I hope not.
I mean, me too. I'm not a smart lady. All I have is my face. And it has slightly less, what did you call them? Mega amperts or something. Mega MA.
I don't know the proper.
MAHs. You gotta be quiet. No. You gotta be quiet. Mama's gotta record her videos. Make money to feed you girls.